All right, guys. Remember on Friday, back table? Do you remember on Friday when we watched that movie about Native Americans and the one part in particular about the bison, when the lady was speaking about how important they are, and when the white man eliminated most of the bison, it was like closing the grocery stores and you had no place to get food. And we kind of talked about that a little bit. Well, I found a story a couple days ago that kind of talks about how the buffalo came to be by the Plains Indians. And those include some of the Indians that lived in Montana too, like the Blackfoot and the Crow. And this story is called How the Buffalo Came to Be. And it talks about where they believe the buffalo came from, and it also talks about how important it is for them. The buffalo is very important to their culture. So I'm going to read this story to you. It's short, and then when I'm done reading this story, we're going to do another little buffalo project. I think you guys will think it's kind of fun. All right, how the buffalo came to be. It is almost impossible to talk about the Plains Indians without mentioning the buffalo. Their culture, especially after the coming of horses, was built on those great animals that provided them not only with food, but also with fuel, clothing, covering for their teepees, tools, and other necessities. Yet there was a time, the Lakota say, the Lakota is a Plains Native American tribe, just so we know, when they did not have the buffalo. The story reminds the people never to take for granted what a gift the buffalo herds were to them. Long, long ago, the Lakota people lived beneath the earth. But then the one who was their leader, Toka'he was his name, heard that there was a place above them, a world on the surface where there was much light. Life will be easier for us there, Toka'he said. Let us leave this dark underworld. But Toka'he was wrong, and there was a holy man among the people who knew this. His name was Tatanka. We should not do this, he warned them. Life will be very hard if we leave here. But Toka'he ignored Tatanka's words and led his people up from the underworld. It was a long and difficult journey. At last they came out at the place that is called Wind Cave. And when they turned around, they saw that the way they had come had closed behind them. For better or worse, they would now have to make this new world their home. The people soon found that although the above world was beautiful, with the light of the sun in the day and the brightness of the moon and stars at night, it was not an easy place to live. They felt the heat and dryness of the summer. They experienced the rain and the snow and the hail, lightning and thunder, and strong winds and great storms that left them wet and cold. Food, too, was difficult to find. As Tatanka had warned, life on the surface was very hard. It was so hard, in fact, that it seemed as if the people would not survive. Tatanka, the holy man, who had warned them about this, saw how the people were suffering and took pity on them. He decided to sacrifice himself for his people. He changed his form and came to their aid in the shape of a great shaggy beast that they could hunt. He came as the buffalo. Use every part of me, Tatanka told the people. I will be the life of your nation. Then, where there had at first been just one animal, there were now many, flowing in great herds across the plains. Soon the people found how true Tatanka's words had been. The meat of the buffalo fed them and helped them grow strong. From the great animal's hide, they made coverings for their lodges and were able to keep warm, even when the coldest winds of winter blew and the snow piled deep. They made spoons and ladles from the buffalo's horns, shovels from the shoulder blades, cooking pots from the stomach, and knife handles and sled runners from the rib bones. Even the dried dung of the buffalo was useful as fuel for their fires, burning clean and hot. And so it was that Tatanka's gift saved his people And the Plains Indians became known as the Buffalo Nation. The end. So how important do you think, now that we've read the story and we watched a little bit of that film, how important do you think the buffalo is to Native Americans on the plains, especially on the plains? Quinn?
Probably like their whole life.
It is a major part of their life. Was there anything in here that you didn't know about or that you might have learned? Amira?
That they used in their in fire.
Yep. Chloe, it's true.
When about buffalo, because when like if a buffalo was to like die, if someone threatened, and I learned in the story that buffalo are very important.
Yes, they are.
Because they have a lot of their body parts in there to do stuff like really important.
Yes, it's true. Dallas?
That
The Tonkas?
let him sacrifice himself for his people.
He did. And how did he come back when he sacrificed himself?
With many of what he was, many of buffalo.
He came back as herds of buffalo. All right. So now I have a little project for you guys to work on. If you don't finish this, that's okay. We'll have a little bit of time tomorrow and a little bit of time before the end of the day. I have a worksheet here, and it's just a fun worksheet I thought we could do. Voices off. And it talks about the buffalo, obviously, and all the parts of the buffalo that Native Americans would use in their daily life. And it's your job to match the list of bison or buffalo parts down here with what they used it for. And in the little blanks down here, just write the letter of the corresponding body part. There are instructions. The instructions say, heads up, this is important. Native Americans who lived on the Great Plains depended on the buffalo for most of their needs. They had at least one use, and sometimes more, for almost every part of the animal. So, your directions are, it says, welcome to Buffalo Mall. Look at the list of buffalo parts below. Decide which part was used to make each necessity listed in the stores below. Then write the letter of the part in the blank. Some necessities may have more than one letter in the blank. Happy shopping. It's your job to figure out how you think that they use those body parts. There is no right or wrong answer. This is just for fun. When we're all done with this, we'll go over the answers and see how they will really use. Hopefully you will learn something from this. I bet you do. It's pretty interesting. Yes, Selena? I suppose if you work quietly and you're working, not chit-chatting, no conversation. Yes, McKenna? Yes, she did. And I said you could as long as you're working.
Like me.
If you don't want a partner, that's fine too. Does everybody have a worksheet? Yes? All right.
What are these mittens are made out of? Stomach content? Teeth? Ribs?
Take your time, think about this. Think about maybe if you were a Plains Indian, how would you use a buffalo parts?
How about the soft type? How about a fly swatter?
Would you have questions already?
Tongue?
No.
No.
Do you have a tongue for a fly swatter?
There were clues. Hey class, hey fourth graders. There were clues in the story. If you listened, You might already know how to answer a few of these. Let's see if you know what they are.
What a diaper. What should we make a diaper out of? That's what it says. Diapers out of teeth. We got about half an hour until it's time to meet up with lunch. How about makeup? Ice water? Medicine?
I know, right?
OG pudding then.
Can you believe that they actually used all of that and probably even more that didn't even make the list?
I didn't know these were.
Yeah, but turn it out. They have lots of parts. And they knew how to use all the parts. They knew their vocal that well. I know, would that be that'd be handy.
What do you make moccasins out of?
It's working too. That was answered in the book. That's very you need to look in your word bank up here.
Did you want them more?
Hairbrush.
Did you figure anything out? Yes.
No, it's not made out of.
Nope. I know what it's made out of. I'm not saying that. I'm not telling. I'll tell you what. I don't know the answer. Legacy knows.
She's got to help the kids.
That's hair loss. That's hairbrush. I enjoyed it. Guys, heads up. I don't have the answers to these. We will all go over this together at the end, when you guys are all done. So if you ask me a question, I'm probably not gonna be able to answer it for you. You need to really think critically about this. I see, what are you doing? No, you may not see. It's okay, do your best. It's okay. Do your best. This is just a fun piece, like, don't make it so serious and really be in here, because that's not the point. I just want you to know how much the book meant to these people. And how much of the book
And some of them have more than one letter by it too.
One store item, they have more than one letter.
Cold cuts, that's like you just say like turkey and turkey thing. Even have the button.
I mean, if you had imagine if you had wolves on your hands. Could you ride a horse very well with wolves on your hands? Could you go hunt and gather berries with wolves on your hands? They probably didn't use them as mitts.
Hey, a unicorn has
I have no idea. I don't know. We'll have to find out. What do you think that they would do this for?
30 more minutes. Like, you know what your elbow, like, you know how your elbow moves? It's what holds your bones, or like, it's what connects your bones.
So you have time to do like your meetings and your.
Olivia, are you working?
A buffalo is cute. A little horse. A buffalo is just
A rib belt? Might be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you think? That was also in the story today too. That I just read. Because they asked what the honestly has these things that are starts with an R. Yes, I was wondering if you missed it. That's fire starter. Well, what would you use for
Oh, dude, that's kind of so well, I did find soap. I do know what it
Let's keep the volume down. I like that you're working, but we can keep it at a lower volume. It's getting loud again.
Yeah, they can, yeah, like your elbow and they might, but I was gonna say either toilet or stick in it.
I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to wait for that. Ladies, are we working?
I don't tell me what.
I hope so. Ooh, that's good thinking. Maybe.
He's got long teeth and long
It might be kind of funny. What's that?
I would
I just read that on Tyler. I was like,
And
Fourth graders, ladies and gentlemen,
kind of.
flat tire. Who knows what a tendon is? Not very many people. Okay, the tendon is the part of your body that attaches your muscles to your bones. And there's a big tendon right here on the back of your leg, right there. That is a tendon, okay? Just so we know, that's what a tendon is. And it's on your list in the Buffalo Mall. Figure out how it's gonna be used. That is it. We have tendons all over our bodies. That's a big one.
Kind of, yeah. The filters start like the bad stuff out of your
All right, guys, move on to something else then. You're right. Because there is no, that was in town. Over here.
I guess it would be
Okay, I don't know anything about a while ago.
You want Western?
I don't know. What's the most extreme? Perhaps, maybe. What if they used a part of the backbone? Because you know your backbone, your Pine is a bunch of different, maybe they used one of those, not the entire thing. Yes, maybe they just used one of them, not the entire thing. Or for sewing, like lace work, that kind of stuff. Shoelaces and sewing. Fourth grade, let's keep it down. Like a toy? Maybe.
Yeah.
What's a sled?
And a rattle.
Then this though. It also has a runner. Has the runner. And it's the bottom of the
Yeah, then we go down the hill like this.
Yeah, that's the Are you? Are you sure? You know that those can get used more than once. Okay, go back and look at it. parts have more than one.
I know. There's a bunch of stuff.
There could be.
What's saddle?
You guys get to work.
Saddle and
Now turn around. Add it around. Right now. No, we're not doing that. Work on it again. These can be used for no, or not. Go all the way again. They can and they are. So look where else they can be. They can be used and they can
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to put that away. Fourth grade. Let's put our Buffalo wallpapers away. If we have time at the end of the day, we will go over this. If not, hold on to them and we will go over it tomorrow. What are you guys writing about?
The buffalo. Do you guys want, when you're all typed up, do you want to come stop and write a story?
Fourth grade, I'll collect these so you guys don't have to worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I'll collect them, then I'll have them. There's 2 or 3. Blue, yes. I don't know, maybe frostbite. Quickly, guys, quick. Miss Anderson wants to talk to you.
If we can make a circle, maybe I'll spell before, but I want to make sure what we did it in. I grabbed a chair just in case. Perfect. Everyone take 2 scoots back. You can push that chair out.